A huge welcome, everybody, to our game of the week. Finally, it is here. You can take all that just another game stuff and throw it out. The eyes of the nation are on this field today, and that's what these players live for. This is not a normal matchup. Two teams ranked in the top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement. Big playoff implications. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Alabama will kick it off to get us underway. Return starts from inside the 5. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Ball handed off. And they'll tackle him about the 23-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. He finds the running back in the flat. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
How about the discipline of this defense here on second down? You're anticipating a pass. They've got pretty much everybody covered. And then once the back has the ball, how about the speed to be able to bring him down? Now it's third down.
That's a design quarterback keeper. Moves the ball out across the 30. That's good for a first down.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get him to third down. They load up the line of scrimmage, but they could not deny this back at coming up with that conversion.
A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Got him. He's sacked.
Boy, another great play by an Alabama defensive lineman. And you just think about it over the years, probably the last 30 years, going all the way back to John Copeland on that 1992 Alabama defense. Most recently, guys like Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Quentin Williams. Can always count on Bama having great defensive linemen and difference makers.
And they bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the marker.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Fired into a tight window and picked off. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the defense adds 6 from the interception return.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, the defense could not have written a better script than this. First drive of the game, not only do you come up with a pick, but you spot your offense 6 points right away. I wouldn't be surprised if they tell their offense, just sit back and take it easy, fellas.
They'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Green Wave offense back on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball for 31.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. Same tailback, another carry. Gets into space at the 50. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that 1st down. Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Looking right, this one caught. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
It's a small gain, but look who they threw the football to, the fullback. Nice to see him get his opportunities.
That completion sets up an important 3rd down play. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the 1st down. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt. And they will trust the kicker here from 55 yards out. Let's see if he can get it there. And he makes it. Wow, from 55 yards out.
Boy, this guy had plenty of luck here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their 1st of the half. First down here for this offense. Handoff running right. 0 running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. The shotgun running play call. Powers through. Solid run. They'll bring it down to the 28-yard line.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact, but that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Chris, just by watching this guy all year, the defense better be very careful to let this guy find that rhythm. I've seen him where he goes 5 yards, 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, and then pops a big one. Right now, he looks like he's starting to gain some confidence here early in this game.
They'll test the right side here. They've got him down out near the 40.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
The gain makes it 2nd and medium. And they'll run it with the draw play. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. There's the handoff. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Chris, an interesting call here. I know they have the lead, but I thought they might throw the football. They surprised me, but you know who they didn't surprise? That defense. They were not shocked at all by the run call on third down and long. They stuffed that right at the line of scrimmage.
Trying to return the punt for some extra yardage. Return or tackle right there. That's where they'll start the drive. The Tulane offense is back out on the field now. They were fortunate to get points on the last possession because of a long-range field goal. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Here's the option play. The back's got it on the pitch. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. And the back gets the football. They'll tackle him at the 27.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Running back with the football. That run takes it across the 30-yard line. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. And he'll drop back here on third down. Airing this one out toward the sideline. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up fourth down.
And I think the quarterback here forces the ball because it's third down. But he's got to be careful having the ball on his own side of the field. That ball was almost picked off.
It looks like no return here as that punt heads out of bounds. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They were forced to punt it last time. Now they're looking to respond and add to this lead. Solid game, moves the ball to the 43.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
It's a run to the left. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. The linebacker shifting around now. Here comes a handoff.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
And they'll use the ground game here. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. The back's got it again. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense on the field is 4th down and 9. Off play action, he's looking to throw. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. A 4th down stop.
Chris, they had exactly what they wanted. I can't believe this would have been a touchdown, but he drops the ball on 4th down.
And here comes the Green Wave offense back on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's 2nd and 3.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
It's a heavy formation. Extra blockers on the field. They'll try to run it with the option. And now it's fumbled. What a decision. And the offense recovers the fumble.
Well, just like running backs, quarterbacks have got to do a better job of having awareness and taking care of the football. Felt like he got the ball away from his body there a little bit, allowing it to be knocked free. He caught a break because one of his own teammates was able to see that and get on top of the ball.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. And looking for a big play here. The catch is made for a huge pickup. An explosive play. Big gain across midfield to the 42.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. It's an option look. Fighting him off. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
They bring him down just 1/4 of the marker, inches away from a 1st down. Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. So we reach the 2-minute warnings. This offense tries to take the lead here before halftime. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Not much on the return, but the defense comes up with a takeaway.
What a play by the defensive back here. You have no idea how tough it can be and how slippery it is out there with this rain. The defense is reacting to the offense. The offense knows exactly where they're going when they're running their route. The defender has to try to be very careful.
Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Tackle made quickly, but a big chunk play for this offense through the air. 1st down and 10 now. Here's the handoff. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
And it's caught at the 10. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal yardage to the 9.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
So that huge gain quickly sets up a 1st and goal just inside the 10. Looking to score with a wide receiver handoff here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, this is the risk you take when you run this play. Sometimes it works, sometimes it backfires. And this time it backfires on the offense by going backwards for a tackle for a loss.
Handoff inside, looking for the touchdown. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
Nice job by this defense on that 2nd down, so we now have 3rd down and goal. The offense could be thinking about 4-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be 4th down. Defense spends their 2nd timeout to try to regroup. The coach chooses to go for a field goal attempt here. It'll be a 26-yard attempt. Should be automatic. Knocks that one right down the middle.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. Returner looking to make a play here. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. They're just able to stop him, but that is a great return there. He's a dangerous guy with the football, and it's a great spot to start this drive. The Tulane offense is back out on the field now. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. And now the handoff. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. Gets some space around the 30. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulane.
Boy, how exciting has this first half been? We get a touchdown here. They're an extra point away from tying this game up. A lot of great action here.
Now they'll set up for the point after. And he knocks it right through. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Fields it just outside the goal line. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. He moves the ball across the 20 to the 22. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. Time running down. Just 1 play left here in the half. They'll run it to the right side. Brought down at the 28, and that's good enough for a first down. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And they'll kick it off and begin the second half. And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. First play of the third quarter is a handoff.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for the wide out. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Well, it's a big stop here by this defense. Tie game, just getting into the second half. Made some good adjustments, good awareness there on that 3rd down play. And now it sets up a 4th down.
Well, this head coach clearly sending a message, going for it this close to his own end zone. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And they've got him a sack to end the drive. What a play by this defense.
It's just not a smart decision, in my opinion, here to go for it on 4th down. And, Chris, I know we're kind of in this era now of analytics and when to go for it, when not to. People are aggressive by nature, but to go for it inside your own 20-yard line, the defense lined up, did what they had to do. They get the ball, and now look at the field position that they have.
Fights through a tackle. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, they don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Trying to find the end zone off the right side. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
You know, this is a risky call to be this close to the end zone and come up with a tricky play here. Thought I'd see a little bit more of a conventional approach from the offensive coordinator. Now, don't get me wrong, it works out. They get some positive yards. Let's see if they can punch it into the end zone.
And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And the defense brings him down.
What a stop by this defense here on 3rd down and goal. They've been put in a very tough situation. In 3 straight plays, they've stepped up. Now, a big
touchdown, green wave. And they go in front here in the second half. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good, so they're in front now, 17-10. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Returner decides to field it. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. The last time they went forward on 4th down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers. And don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Second down after the incompletion. Already got the first down, but looking for more yardage. Powers through a tackle. Steps out of bounds after a huge pickup, but hang on. There is a penalty marker on the play. This one might be coming back. Second down after that previous play. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Alabama comes up with the line quickly. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Timeout, Alabama.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. And he drops back in the gun. Going for a big play downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion.
Chris, that ball is deflected up into the air on third down. Somehow they come down with it, and it's a first down. Sometimes better to be lucky than be good.
And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there. This defense has been getting sliced up on the drive, but they push back that time, Kirk.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break mentality by this defense. They have been giving up some big chunks here on this drive, but let's see if a stop like this can give them a little bit of confidence here. Now try to pressure the quarterback on these upcoming plays.
Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on fourth and short.
They're 0 for 2 on previous fourth down attempts. We'll see if the third time is a charm. Running out of time in the pocket. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Great defensive play on fourth down.
I really thought that this was going to work out, showing an aggressive approach here, going for it on fourth down. Looked to be there. They just weren't able to complete it.
And here comes the Green Wave offense back on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Important second down play coming up. Linebackers moving around, trying to confuse the offense. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. Moves left out of the pocket. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
Good awareness here by this defense, keeping their eyes on the quarterback, knowing that he's a potential threat. That time, before he can get out, they keep him to a short gain.
Now from the 40, the offense faces a third and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. He'll take a deep shot here. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Touchdown, Tulane. Strong game by this quarterback. Now the important point after attempt. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create good field position here. Going to be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. And here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Remember, last time, they went for it on fourth down and got stopped. And the opponent went right down the field. See if they can recover from that here. He's hit as he throws it. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, the pass rush does a good job of chasing him out of the pocket. He's trying to buy some time looking downfield, but he better be careful being too patient. He gets hit as he throws his football, and it falls incomplete.
They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down. Alabama comes up with the line quickly. First down, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback escapes the pocket. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. Catch made. It's a big play inside the 30.
You know, Chris, if we would have told Bear Bryant that Alabama would have a wide receiver that won a Heisman in recent years, I don't think he would have believed us. But that's where we are. They've been some great ones in the past, and we're seeing some great-looking receivers on this unit right now.
Looking to throw it on first down. Pass caught. Can he get in? And he's in. Touchdown. Tie. That's a crucial score. Let's see if they can build momentum and complete this comeback.
Well, I know they're still trailing, but that score is a great first step in trying to break down this lead. You don't want to leave it all to the fourth quarter when the pressure really intensifies and you have limited time.
PAT is good. They slammed into the kicker and penalty markers are down. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. This one is not returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Receiver in motion now. The back's got it. Breaking free at the 35. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Jet sweep, receiver trying to find some room. Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. That's the key to this defense right now. Great job against the jet sweep of staying out wide and not giving that receiver much room at all.
Empty set now. 5 wide receivers. They'll look to throw it here on second down. Receiver makes the grab. Football comes out. Oh, and they pick it up. It's still a live ball.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Tulane 24, Alabama 17.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Single back takes the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Yeah, I like the run play here. And offensively, at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Looking to pass here on second down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Wave.
Great job here by the play caller, going to that 5 wide receiver set. You put all these guys out in space and create one-on-one matchups. Very tough on this defense to try to win all the matchups and give the quarterback credit for being able to find where he wanted to go to be able to come up with that touchdown.
Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. And the returner will be brought down. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. I mean, he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Oh, looks like the defense jumped offside there. If that's the case, this will be a first down. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lofting it toward the left sideline. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on. So second down after the incompletion. There's the snap. He's looking to throw. Fires it on the move. Here's a wide open receiver, complete. They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Well, it's another positive play, but, man, look at the clock and look at the score. You still need a couple touchdowns to be able to get yourself back into this game and have a chance to win it. So you got to keep moving here and keep taking those shots downfield.
Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Quarterback looking to scramble. The scramble doesn't get there, and it's going to bring up fourth down. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to chip away at this lead. Here we go on fourth down. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a fourth down stop. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Well, this is where you really rely on your offensive line. Late in the game, got the lead. You got to run the football. They know you're going to run the football. Get behind that big offensive line, run that running back, make sure he protects the football, and you got a great chance at a victory.
And the single back takes the handoff. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They don't convert. In fact, he's tackled for a loss on that third down play. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. So out comes the field goal team from a long way out. They are putting a whole lot of faith in this kicker. This try is no good. Off the miss, the lead is still 14, a two-possession game. First down here for this offense. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. He'll take a deep shot here. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. So after the incompletion, it's second down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Contact as he let the ball go. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Look out, he's got some space. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Play action here on first down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Finds room at the 30. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
The offense with some pre-snap motion. And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. A sophomore with a strong tackle there.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Now it's second down here. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. The pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And it's intercepted, the last thing they could afford. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
Corner's back up now, playing a couple yards off the ball. And he lofts it toward the sideline. Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots, get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Sacked. It's a loss back to the 6. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. There's contact on the throw. It is intercepted. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
Well, that interception really about cost him the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in and down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Touchdown, Tulane. Still no answer for this offense. Well, no surprise for an offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
Your job dealing with the footing, PAT, is good. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 18. Returner tried to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. At this point, there's not much you can do except play for pride. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down. Tailback takes the handoff again. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line.
Hey, where's that been the whole game? That's actually a nice run. It has been a tough day for this offense, but you know what? You love to see the offensive line and the running back still out there competing, trying to show the coaches that they're not worried about the score. They're going to go out and show their competitive spirit, and hopefully that'll help them down the road.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And he steps out of bounds. No gain on the play.
Well, that is a clinic by this defense on this quarterback run. String him out to the sideline, nowhere for him to go. All he could do is step out of bounds for no gain.
And here's the handoff. Breaks loose at the 45. It's a big gain across midfield down inside the 35. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. And in first down, right back to the running game. Finding space at the 20. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And there's the handoff. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Chris, as this clock winds down, it has been a rough day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going. You hope they're able to go back, look at the film, try to learn from the mistakes, and come out the next week looking much better than they did today.
Linebacker shifting around now. The tackle is made, the clock runs out, and that will do it. Well, it wasn't a flawless performance, Kirk, but they looked pretty good out there today and a very satisfying W.
I think this group has a chance to do some really special things this year. They clearly have talent to be able to work with. I've been impressed with how this head coach managed the game and led his team to a victory.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.